All right, we're going to get started. I just had to set it up on both of my pages so that all of you guys are on board and we're hanging out and talking about what exactly is going on here. This is Dr. Carlen Live. We're going to get started. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We're in my favorite location. This is the Corner of Love, and I'm Dr. Carlen, and we are going to talk about all things sex, intimacy, relationships, love, life. I said sex, but we're going to talk about it even more. How to have better sex, how to have greater sex, how to have the best sex, how to have all the intimacy and pleasure and awesome things that you want in your life. And that's why we're here. So I would love for all of you guys, if you want, ask me some questions down below. I have this streaming on my Sex with Dr. Carlen page and on you guys on my personal Carlen Costa page. So feel free to ask me all questions that you guys want to ask, and I'll be sure to try and get to them. If I don't see the question the first time, write it again, because sometimes, you know, I've got two screens going. I'm trying to follow along. It's like a whole wonderful thing. But yeah, that's why we're here. So once again, I'm Dr. Carlen. This is the Corner of Love. You're here on location with me in the Corner of Love, and this is Dr. Carlen Live. And today, we are going to talk about one of my favorite topics, and that is lube. We are going to talk all about lube, lubricant. Why? Why am I going to talk about it? Well, let me tell you why I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to talk about it because for some reason, there's a lot of you out there not using lube. I don't know why. Why aren't you guys using lube? I don't get it, right? We are just trying to have the best sex, the greatest sex, all kinds of awesome sex, right? We are just trying to have so much fun and have all kinds of easy, wonderful, mind-blowing 10-hour sex. Okay, maybe not 10-hour sex. Maybe some of us are, which is really great. But you know, I want you guys to have the best sex ever and to have the safest sex ever also. And one of the ways that you can have the safest sex possible is by including lubricant, a little lube love in your life. So once again, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. Hey, Don, over here on my Sex Dr. Carlen page. Hey, everyone else. Hey, Yagoda. Hi, Wes. Hi, Ian. I've got this streaming on both of my pages, on my Carlen Costa page and on my Sex with Dr. Carlen page, so you'll see me kind of looking up and down. But hey, everyone, sending you guys so much love. Mwah, 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 mwah. But we're going to talk about my favorite topic, and that is lube. So if you have been following me, you'll see that on Twitter, I actually put a little, on Twitter, I put a little poll on my Twitter page, and I asked what your favorite type of lube was. So the options were water-based, oil, silicone, and then hybrid, because there are hybrids. There are silicone and water-based hybrids. Those things do exist. So what did my, you know, my quick little survey on Twitter result in? Well, it resulted in a majority of you love water-based lube. Yay! Yay, lube. Hey, Ian. Thank you, Catherine. I appreciate it. Mwah. So our favorite lube is water-based lube, which is super great. And the reason why it's super great is because I find that water-based lube is actually the most versatile of the lubes, because you can use it with condoms, you can use it in a variety of different sex acts. But let's talk about it. Let's talk about water-based lube first. So, water-based lube. And it'll say water-based on the bottle. This is the Secret Lovers line from the Love Shop. So I've got water-based, and then I've got water-based with aloe is what is happening here. Yeah. So what I love about water-based lube is that you can use it with all products, all toys, all barrier methods, no matter what kind of sex you're having. The only thing is with water-based lube is that you want to use like a lot of it, right? Like the thing with water-based lube is that it's water-based, so it evaporates as water tends to do, right? So if you're going to be using water-based lube, this is like if you have any questions about lube, like what kind of lube should I be getting, I would always start with a good water-based lube. I love this one because it has aloe in it, and anything with aloe like makes me really, really happy. But any general water-based lubes are really, really great. There's the Joan line, the Sliquid line, but I also love, and I have to give a big shout out to these guys. This is the Silk water-based lube. I love you guys at Silk. You guys are so wonderful. You guys sent me some of these samples, which is really, really great. And what it says, it's a natural moisturizing lubricant, and it's water-based, all right? So these are really great little packages because, you know, if you're traveling and doing that kind of thing, right? Packets like this are really nice to take with you so that you don't have to take like a full bottle with you, right? But water-based lube should have like that nice, like silky kind of feeling to it, right? Like it's supposed to be, it's water-based, so it's supposed to be, I'm getting lube everywhere. But it's supposed to be like nice and silky and smooth and like legit. I'm using it as a moisturizer. Look at this. Look at this. Best skin ever. Why? Lube on the skin. Okay? It's water-based. It's lube. It's all natural. It's really great. And I love this Silk line. The Silk line is really, really great. Don't forget, if you're tuning in, to ask me some questions below. I am watching out for your questions, and feel free to ask me anything about sex, love, relationships, intimacy, anything at all about lube. Okay, I maybe shouldn't have put lube all over my body because now I'm a little slightly sticky and tacky at touch, but it's water-based. It's going to evaporate any second now. So here's the thing. Water-based lube is the best kind of lube to get if you're just starting out using lube, and that's because it is it's really safe to use with all toys, all barrier methods, and safer sex methods. So that's condoms, insertable condoms. Some people call them female condoms. Yeah, all of it. It's really, really great. Just make sure you have a lot of it because, like you said, look, my hands are already dry, and the Silk stuff is so wonderful. It literally evaporated. I'm not sticky. I'm not like feeling anything weird. Everything feels so good and clean and fresh, and that's the thing with water-based lube. You just have to use a lot of it, right? That's the only thing, is because it does evaporate. Now, on my Twitter poll, the second favorite, I guess, or preferred lube that people were enjoying was silicone lube. And I happen to have some silicone lube. And this is a product here. And you'll find that silicone lube sometimes is a little bit darker just because it is, you know, it's silicone, right? It's thicker. So silicone lube is really, really great lube for more, how would we say this? I guess more, oh, Justin, that's a great question. We are going to get to that. For more, I know, vigorous sex, you kind of want to use some silicone lube, right? That kind of stuff. Just because, you know, it's thicker, so it can kind of take it. It can take it. It can take it hard. How do you say that? How do we say that? Oh, great question, Alyssa. So I got a question here from Alyssa. Yeah, Justin, first of all, you are 100% right on your question, but we're going to talk about oil-based lube in a second. But Alyssa, aside from anal, why is lube so necessary when it's natural for a woman? Great question. Why is lube necessary when it's natural for a woman? Well, here's the thing. Some of us with vaginas lubricate really, really well. Some of us with vaginas don't lubricate so well, especially as we age, right? Some of us as we age tend to kind of lose that, you know, that lubrication, that lubrication that we create in our bodies, right? Even no matter how aroused we are, right? Menopause has a big factor, is a big factor in deciding that. So lube, no matter what age you are, no matter what, you know, what kind of sex you're having, no matter who you're having it with, lube is also, is just like a really, really great and positive thing to add to your play, to your sex life, to your intimacy, because it acts as a barrier. It acts as a way to prevent tearing. It acts as a way to prevent tearing of condoms, tearing inside your body and hurting yourself, right? Also, we want to avoid that for sure, right? It also prevents, and it also just helps you, makes it feel good, right? Because if you are feeling aroused, but your body isn't responding, your arousal isn't responding through lubrication, then you want to make sure that you add some lube to it, right? It just makes it feel better. So thanks so much for that question. Love that. All right, so we talked about water-based. We talked about silicone. Silicone lube is really great for anal sex. Silicone lube, because it's thicker. So you can actually, because it's thicker, it helps prevent tearing. It helps ease the penetration into your body. Straight up. So if you are having a little bit more rigorous, vigorous sex, try and use silicone lube. Okay? Just throwing that out there. And it was number 2 popular on my Twitter poll. Number 3 type of lube that I love to use is oil-based lube. And because I'm that kind of Portuguese, I have Portuguese olive oil. That's actually what's happening. Portuguese olive oil, my family would be so proud of me right now. So, another type of lube. We talked about water-based. We talked about silicone. Now we're talking about oil-based lubes. And many of these oil-based lubes can be found in your pantry, which is pretty cool, actually, when you think about it. Hold on. I'm just going to, adjust this quick. Bam. There we go. There we go. Now I'm not, looking up and down at all of you. Here we go. Okay, so oil-based lube. What do we need to know about oil-based lube? Well, first of all, you don't want to just, put any oil, in your body, okay? So let's talk about why you would use oil-based lube. You would use oil-based lube if you have negotiated with your partner what safer sex is going to look like, right? So if you choose to not use latex condoms in your intimacy, then you are able to use oil-based lubes, just straight up that way. And the reason why we can't use oil-based lubes with latex condoms is because it actually increases their chances to tear and to break. And the last thing we want is our barrier method, our safer sex method, our condoms to break. We don't want that to happen. So oils and latex don't mix. So if you are using condoms as your barrier method to prevent against STIs and pregnancy, then you do not want to be using oil-based lubricants, okay? But if you do not use latex condoms, oil-based lubes. Some of you love to use olive oil. I think it tastes pretty freaking delicious. Just saying. Of course, I've got a Portuguese brand. I have to represent my people. Much love to all the Portuguese people watching. Mwah, mwah. All right. Olive oil. Really, really great. Coconut oil. Also really, really great. Coconut oil literally can go on everything. It can go in your hair, on your skin, and now you can have sex with it. You can have sex with coconut oil and then moisturize yourself after, right? It's kind of it's one of those really great things, but you don't want to be using an oil-based lube if you're using latex condoms. But you can for any other reason, right? So you can use it as a massage, right? You can start massaging your partner, increasing your intimacy, increasing your arousal that way, right? And then you already have the lube right there. So bam, lube. Now, there are other products that can be used as lube, something like this. So this is the Secret Lovers Triple Rich Candle from the Love Shop. That's what's going on here. All right. And this candle is really cool because this candle, or normal candles, when you burn them, and if you're into any type of wax play, yay wax play, all right, if you're into any type of wax play, you burn a candle, you put it out, you pour it on your body, and then it automatically cools down and continues to stay in that waxy kind of consistency, right? It cools down and then it hardens because it's wax. Well, a candle like this, a proper massage candle that you can get at, this one's from the Love Shop, but you can get them at really any sex store. When you burn it, it turns into and maintains its kind of its oil consistency. So you can use it as a massage oil and as a lubricant. All right. So that's what's kind of cool about natural candles like this, is that they kind of are multi-purpose. This one smells like, ooh, strawberry champagne. Hey, just saying. So great. All right. Another type of lube that you can also get is something like this. This is the Wicked Aqua Caramel. And this is a flavored lube, okay? Flavored lubes, this one's freaking delicious, by the way. It's salted caramel. Of course I want to have sex with somebody who tastes like salted caramel. Yeah, no brainer, right? All right. So, flavored lubes are really, really great. They're a really, really great option. Here is the thing, though, with flavored lubes, okay? Is that you can use flavored lubes just like you can use flavored condoms, but they are not necessarily recommended for penetrative sex, mainly because of the high sugar levels in them, right? So some of us are really, really sensitive, and we can't take like that sugar content inside our body. So because we can't take that sugar content, we react. It turns into UTIs, yeast infections, a whole bunch of just nastiness, right? But some of us can. So these types of flavored lubes, and especially flavored condoms, are mostly used or recommended to be used for oral sex, to make oral sex taste a lot better than sometimes it is. I'm sorry. We need to talk about food next time, and you are what you eat, okay? We need to talk. We definitely need to talk about that. All I'm saying is that the pineapple myth really is true, okay? I said it. The pineapple myth is true. There was actually like a research. There's a journal. There's a study. I'm just saying, eat all the pineapples, and your ejaculate, men and women, will taste delicious. Just throwing that out there. Okay, so flavored, here's just a little bit of a breakdown because no one else is asking me any questions, so let's just break it down. We talked about water-based lube. Here are the highlights. Water-based lube is really, really great because it's compatible with all toys and all barrier methods, okay? Super great. So if you're trying to figure out what kind of lube to start out with and get, you want to get a water-based lube, okay? Water. Silicone lube. Silicone lube is really, really awesome. It's really great for vigorous sex because it's thicker. And sometimes, like anal play, you want to be using a thicker lube so that it feels a lot better for you. Here's the thing with silicone lube, though. You don't necessarily want to use silicone lube with silicone toys, only because, and it won't happen immediately, but over time, the silicone and the silicone will kind of counteract each other, and it'll actually start to damage the toy. And we don't want silicone deposited inside of us if it comes from a toy, right? So silicone lube is really, really great, but you don't necessarily want to be using it with silicone toys, but it's really great for vigorous sex and things where you want like a thicker lube, even in the water play, in the hot tub, in the shower, or with certain toys or anal play. You want to be using a silicone lube. Then we talked about oil-based lubricants. Oil-based lubricants are really great. They taste delicious. They're organic. Well, if you buy the organic kind of brands, they're readily available in your pantry, in your kitchen, really super delicious. But here's the thing. You can't use an oil-based lube if you're using latex condoms because the condom will break, all right? So just, there's a heads up. You can use it for a lot of different other reasons, but not necessarily if you are using it with latex condoms. And then there's flavored lubes, right? Like this delicious salted caramel one. Flavored lubes are super awesome, super delicious, really, really tasty. But some of us are really, really sensitive and we can't use it if we are planning on having penetrative sex with it. So it is actually best and more recommended for oral sex and oral play. So yeah, that's essentially it. But guys, I love you. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it so, so much. I hope you learned a little bit all about lube. If you have any questions, feel free to private message me. And thank you so much for tuning in again this week on Dr. Carlen Live. Stay tuned. Keep checking out because there's going to be some changes to the time starting in the new year. I'm Portuguese. I like talk with my hands a lot, so things tend to fall. All right. So there's going to be some changes in the new year when it comes to talking to Dr. Carlen Live on Thursday nights. We're going to start a little bit later so that most of you can put your kids to bed, get kind of, dinner out of the way, and then we're going to get started a little bit later. So keep checking back. I love you guys so much for watching. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Happy New Year to all of you. And all kisses, all love, so much love. I love you guys so hard, okay? Mwah. Bye, guys.